Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm still getting used to saying that, so allow me to just indulge, marinate in that. I am all the way in Kilifi and I'm excited, over the moon to have these two people here with me. I've talked to them before. I've eaten in their home, I've slept in their home, but having them here to talk to me and give me this opportunity to just almost embarrass them, try to see the other side of, that is what I'm looking to do today. They're usually very composed. See, Taiwo and Wale.
Yes.
Thank you for honoring me in
Oh,
this way.
come on. You're awesome.
Am I?
You're very welcome.
Really?
Yes.
Nobody will ever say otherwise because they said it. So we're here to embarrass you.
I'm beyond the embarrassment.
No?
That's news. I didn't know that.
No, that's not the plan. But 30 years in marriage, that is September.
30 years in September, yes.
30 years in September. Have you seen what is happening in this day and age? Where you already walk in with the idea of if it doesn't work out, I'm on my way out.
Plan.
Right there, that's the
you
problem.
already have your exit plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And 30 years and going and strong. Was that the plan from the onset? Did you see him, Taiwo, and be like, thunder, fire, lightning, there are butterflies and the light has gone, but it's back. So, when you saw him, did you see, butterflies and stuff? Or like, my stomach did something and this is it?
In the beginning, we were just friends.
Yes.
We've been friends when same fellowship together in uni, so we've been
In
friends
high school?
No, we're not friends in high school. We've been friends.
Why do you say it like that, as if I was a bad boy?
I didn't even know him in high school.
But was the first time you saw him when in fellowship?
In high school, I saw, I'm remembering that we're on TV. I saw a guy that looked like he was stoned at the back of a friend's car. And I made a mental note to tell my friend, whoever that guy is, avoid him. This is not a good person. So later on, when we now started going out, he said, the first time I saw you? I said, yes, at the concert on campus. He said, no. He said, years before then, I came to your house. Then he told me with who? And I said, don't tell me, you are the guy at the back, right? Of course, it was the guy at the back. It was the guy I was going to tell my friend, whoever that guy is, don't talk to him. That guy looks like bad news.
That was the first time you saw him?
His eyes were like slits. He was slouched at the back of the thing. He wasn't talking. Just looked like he was stoned in another world.
Wale, were you stoned?
This is the guy.
You. It's the way you say that, yeah.
He can't lie. It's true. He was.
But that was not the first time you saw Taiwo.
That was the first time he saw me.
Yeah, it was the first time. My friend was bragging about this chick that he was checking out, and he wanted us to come and see.
So
You know how guys,
I have this hot babe.
Not a guy.
So that was the whole idea.
So you went out to help your friend check out the girl.
Yeah,
So that's all you did.
that's all I did.
So were you dating this guy at this time?
He was my friend, but he wanted us to be more than friends, and I was like, no. So he'd come to our house. He'd come to see me he used to give me all these cards. I love you, kind of thing. So he brought one of those cards. So it became a regular thing. So he didn't. I just knew we're not going to be more than friends. So he said, walk me to the car. So I walked him to his car.
That was the plan.
Ah.
When I get to the car,
guys in
he
the
says,
car
oh, my
will
friends
see.
are here. So it was like he just came to drop the card. So I say hi to his friends or somebody in front. I don't know who it was. But the guy at the back is the one who caught my attention because of how he looked. And I thought, this is bad news. Whoever this guy is, I must tell Fred, don't hang out with someone. This is a bad person. So apparently it was him.
Okay.
So years later, I told him the first time I saw you was when I came with my friend to your place. So yeah.
So then you saw him again at a concert.
Yeah, at the concert, it was he always talks about how I fell for him. I didn't fall for anybody. I went for a concert. It was a great performance. I liked the music. I didn't know. He always says I tell people how he was. I think it's because he can't wear those things anymore.
What was he wearing?
Leather pants. I think black boots, leather pants, black boots, a black top.
Tank top.
Tank top.
Tank top. You were wearing a tank top.
The
Wale.
Super V,
And what did you say that
six
thing was?
pack.
You had a six-pack.
Yeah, a fedora hat, white feather, and some beads. I looked just absolutely hot because my name then was Baba 70 because fella was my mentor in the music world.
So he was a performer at this concert.
I went for this concert, so they call him up. I didn't know who it was, so the spotlight comes on.
And when they called him, everybody did what? They went crazy. They all went crazy.
Yes.
The girls were screaming.
Were you screaming?
I didn't know who it was. I
But
wasn't
you were,
screaming.
yeah. The question was not, did you know who it was?
I did not scream.
question,
How
were you
can I
screaming?
scream when I don't know who is about to?
But when you saw him, you were, oh.
I'm not one of those people that screams at concerts. I haven't even been to enough to scream.
Okay.
Anyway, let's leave that. The point was,
When they called
he
him,
comes on stage. I didn't know who it was.
when they called him,
Yes, so everybody screamed.
uh-huh.
The spotlight comes on, and the keyboard is facing the crowd. Ideally,
So
when you're playing,
the artist is back in the crowd.
so he had his back to the crowd, and he sang like that
Attitude.
throughout.
The whole time.
Yes, he was singing one of her last songs, so it was beautiful. So of course I was like, yeah. I mean, at the end, I didn't know who he was before, so
Yes.
but I was like, oh, this is. I didn't know his name. The next time I saw him, I'd gotten born again, and the guy who was playing at the concert is also born again as well because now he's in the choir. Is the keyboardist in this.
So you recognize him as the guy.
Yeah, I was popular. Everybody knew me.
So yeah, I recognized him, and it was big news that the guy, this guy who was, who was, I mean, they knew what he was. That now he's born again, and he's going to this fellowship. So that's where I now remember. That's where I officially met him.
Okay.
I knew, okay, this guy, yeah. So, but when we, finally, when we years later, when we now began to go out, I knew this was it. But I knew that because of our foundation. I knew with the foundation we had, if we would stay true to it, we would be good.
That was based on what he was now and the journey you'd walked together as friends. And for you, Wale, did you see her that day? Did you think, I mean, it was your friend's girl.
But you couldn't have thought anything. There is no way you could have been thinking.
He was
Because-
But at the fellowship, was that when you really, really now met her?
No. No, I was actually in another relationship then.
Oh, when you're in church. Okay.
I was in another relationship. That relationship didn't work. But Taiwo was my very close friend.
So later we became good friends.
We became very good friends, and and she kept telling me, "Don't worry, I'm praying for you. That relationship will work."
And I sincerely did pray that. Oh,
She
God,
was sincere about it, but it doesn't
bring them
work.
back together.
And then, at some point, it just clicked. We have a proverb in Nigeria. There's a very far away place called Sokoto. Say that, Sokoto.
Sokoto.
But also now, your pocket is called Sokoto. Say that.
Oh, Sokoto.
No, not so. Sokoto.
Sokoto.
They're
And the
spelled
place
exactly
is
the
called,
same.
The place is called Sokoto. It's a very far place from where we are. So we have a saying that what you are looking for in Sokoto
Is in
were in the pocket of your Sokoto.
Okay.
So what I was looking for
In Sokoto.
was right there with me.
Okay.
There we go.
And when you started the journey, now you've decided we are here, we're together. And I don't know if right now, I think there are people who've watched your journey. You've walked with people. You're very passionate about marriage, both of you, and how that it works. And you talk to couples, and you talk to ladies, you talk to gents to just, keep the fire burning and be like, you know what, it can actually work. Looking back then, was there a role model-ish or, a roadmap to how the two of you can make it work? I mean, 30 years later, was there a roadmap for that? Or is it like we discover as we go?
I think, for me, for us, what I knew was if we would keep God at the center, I've always known that if we keep God at the center, there is nothing we won't be able to work through. So you go into marriage not knowing what will happen. You go into marriage believing the best, expecting things to work. You imagine that there'll be hard times. But I've always, my thing was, we got to that point where we decided to get married because it was a God thing. We believed this was it. We believed that we were meant to be together. So if we kept God, and God was the center of our lives before we came together. So for our thing was, if we make God the center, there's nothing, it's not like we'll just sail through without any problems, but that we will always have, it's like the anchor. You would anchor us and keep us grounded, and that's what it's been. So it's been 30 years. It doesn't feel like 30 years, first of all. And there have been rough patches, but all through it, we've always been anchored. We've never thought, I'm done with you.
It's never been a consideration.
It's never been.
And my philosophy, I mean, our philosophy has been, like you said, marriage is like a triangle.
Okay.
With Wale here, Taiwo here, God at the top. As we get closer to God, we get closer to one another.
Okay.
You know, because think of it, marriage is the only thing that you're giving your certificate at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so the assumption is you have to make it work. And so that's where we are. And another thing, look, we're friends. Now it's just two of us at home. The children have gone. We're the only ones in this place most of the time. It's such a beautiful experience. I'm so happy. You know,
We enjoy each other's company.
I see that.
We also enjoy our company, meaning if my husband is in the study, he's having fun there. If I'm in the room, I'm in the sitting room, wherever I am, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I'm not just like, oh, I wish Wale was here. We love each other's company, we enjoy each other's company, and we also enjoy our company. So
and I think the important part of that is marriage is for two whole people coming together, not for two needy people. What messes up things a lot of the time is you have a needy party who is not complete without you. So I need you to do this, I need you to do that, you know. It's not for needy people. You need to get to a point as an individual when you are successfully single, then you can be successfully married.
That is powerful. That is powerful. So you've navigated the whole dating scene, living together, getting married, before children, and now children are gone. And most of the times when young people get married, they enjoy each other's company so much that when the children come, then it becomes, I don't know what to do. Am I giving you more time? Is the baby taking more time? So it becomes sort of like a disconnect. How was that for you to navigate that? For anyone when you're in Angalia, how do I mean, this space where children are here and I don't see, or you feel like I'm more with the children?
I think that in various seasons of a marriage, it's like certain things are highlighted more. So before the kids come off, it's just the two of us. So when the kids come, obviously, the kids take more attention.
Okay.
In the beginning, they're just helpless children. So, you know, you have to help the kids and all that. I think what happens is we had to learn to work on it. So there were times when I would get carried away with the children when they were babies, and it would tell me, you know, we have to spend time together. So that one part didn't suffer for the other. But it's a balancing act. That's all I can say. So there are times when the children are the center, when children need all the attention.
Yeah.
And in those seasons, we have to make sure that our relationship doesn't suffer, that we still stay friends. So it's a lot of juggling. Marriage is hard work.
Okay.
But if you work it, it works. Marriage is not automatic. It's not, you know, the fact that you are so in love when you got married doesn't mean that you'll be like that forever.
Yeah.
You have to work at it to keep the relationship going.
Cultivate it.
You have to make sure that you pay attention to each other. You have to be respectful. You have to show you care. You have to pay attention to the other person's plans and what they're doing, and not just your own. You have to be a team and not an individual on your path, and you just happen to have this person along for the ride.
Yeah.
So if you're doing that consciously, there will be times when, there was a time, for example, when my husband was, he was in the UK quite a bit, and I was at home with the kids, and I felt useless. I felt miserable. I thought my life was over. And I remember once when he came back and was sharing with me about all the great things that happened, I just started crying. I cried. It was like, what's wrong? I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here. And he said to me, I remember then he said to me, he said, this is just for a season. That this is just for this, in this season, the kids need you. They need that support. But that season will pass, and truly it did pass. But imagine if I'd made such a fuss. And I said, I'm done. I have a lot.
I also want to go to UK.
It would have been so sad that I let go of my relationship with my husband because I was ambitious and wanted to do something. So that season went, and I was able to, now I'm doing everything I wanted to do. Now I'm doing my own things, and there are no kids to stop me. So I think that at different points in a marriage, certain things need a bit more attention. And so you need to juggle every other thing so that everything is balanced. It's a balancing act, but it can be done.
I think, Wale, the wisdom. You see how they say, behind every man, this is it. Taiwo, you've just broken it down beautifully for everyone who's probably watching this and thinking, I did not know how to handle that, or not seeing that maybe this will, get lighter for me at the end of the tunnel, that I'm not stuck here forever. Question though. I don't know, I feel, so Wale, this is how we know you. Intelligent, beautiful orator, come off like a disciplinarian, like if this doesn't go this way, this is what I'm teaching you. Are you hearing me? Charming, strict. And has it always been, is it that? Do you bring it home that way, or are you a different person here? Do you leave that?
She can answer that. Am I all that?
I know he's very disciplined. I know he's strict and all that. But at home, what I have is a man who loves me and loves his children. My husband is crazy about his children. He's crazy about his wife. Okay. The thing that he cares about the most, that he puts all his efforts into, is his home, his children, and when he always tells me that there's nothing, the sound he loves the most. He tells me, the sound I love the most is that sound. And what's the sound? When the children are laughing, when maybe they're all together. Our son comes over with his wife, my daughter is there, and they're all just telling jokes and they're laughing. Maybe we're in his office and we're just doing that. Maybe we're watching a movie, but we can hear laughter. He tells me that sound is the highlight of his day. That's the thing he lives for. So and when you mess up, when the kids mess up, they know, oh gosh, you're going to deal with, Daddy's going to deal with you and all that. But I think even as parents, he's the one that they can go to with everything. They tell him everything. With me, they're thinking, okay, Mom is going to make a fuss. So maybe with me, they might be like, Daddy, please tell her. So,
so the good cop, bad cop.
So, but they'll tell him anything. They don't have to sugarcoat it. They'll tell him that this is what it is. What do you think? This is what. But with Mom, I'll be like, no. Maybe I'll bring Jesus in. I'm like, no. We bind the devil and all that. So, So, but I always say of my husband that people don't know this, of course.
Please, this is where
he's such a tender-hearted person where family is concerned.
Okay.
He's such a tender-hearted person. But where his vision is concerned, where purpose is concerned, he doesn't play. He's a no-nonsense person. We have work to do, we're going to do it, and doesn't compromise. You will do it this way, you will do it this way, how it's supposed to be done. So I guess different hats for different whatevers, yeah. So,
is it intentional? Are you subconscious about it, that this is what I will do and to separate these two?
I'm very conscious about purpose.
Okay.
I'm a purpose-driven guy. I'm very, very conscious about the fact that I was sent to the earth to accomplish a purpose. So that drives me. But I'm also very conscious of the fact that I need a support system. I wasn't like that before. And I realized that the failures I've had in my life, I focused more on pleasing outsiders than pleasing my family. So when I bounced out of that, family came first. So I don't care what's happening outside as long as everybody is happy at home. Because another thing, when failure knocked on the door, guess what? Everybody took off. The only people that were there were the ones I had neglected.
Okay.
Family.
Yes.
So that's why today I don't mess around with that. I am so focused on my family. If my children need me for anything, that takes number one position.
He always says that no matter what he's doing, if the phone rings and it's any of his children,
Yeah.
that he stops what he's doing. He excuses himself and says, I need to take this. This is an important call. So that's, and I tell him that I think that as the years have gone by, he's become a better father. He's become an amazing dad. He's become a great husband. I would have thought he was good in the beginning, but it's, you know, as we have grown,
Yeah.
he's gotten better at doing this, you know. And so it's a great thing. It's, yeah.
I'm a great supporter of the marriage institution. I believe it's more economical for your, you know, emotions and your life to try to make it work.
Okay.
But the minute there is physical abuse, get out. I don't mince words where that is concerned at all. I don't mince words where that is concerned. If it's someone that I know, say everything is going well, yeah. Oh, he's being silly, it's okay. Oh, he's being a jerk, it's okay. All right?
Yeah.
We can fix that. But the minute he hits you, it's a wrap.
The end. That is powerful. Taiwo.
What I'd say is, of course, I agree.
Yes.
What I'd say is that I think that if women cut their men a bit more slack,
Okay. See the way I just leaned forward. That's like, eh?
if they cut their husbands, their men a bit more slack,
Yeah.
marriages would do better. I think that I think one of the beautiful things about marriage is that you're in a space where you can afford to be yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel this way particularly for as a wife for men. I feel that I have allowed my husband, and I mean, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I've allowed my husband to be himself. I think that it's important that a man be, that you should be in a place where you can be yourself 100%. Not have to, you know, because outside men have to perform. They have to step up. So there must be a place where you can just let down your guard and be yourself. And I feel that if, as women, we should create that space for our men, for them to be. I guess it goes both ways.
The secret, really.
I guess it's both ways. But I really feel that because I see a lot of women who are so focused on where they're going, that the man is on edge because he has to keep up. So he can't. I feel that it's just like I am myself. I don't have to. I am 100% myself in my home. I'm not having to act out, or I am 100% Taiwo. I don't have to act like any other person.
Yes.
I don't have to please or pretend to anyone.
Yeah.
This is who I am, and my husband has received me and loves me that way. I think that I should do the same for him. That home should be the place where the man wants to come. That when every other thing, when he needs a place where he can unwind and be himself. So what happens is that when women don't create that space, men go looking for a place where they can be that. So they keep looking for that place where they can be themselves.
Yeah.
So if women would cut their men a bit more slack, he won't have everything together. He won't have all the money. He won't be. He will do dumb things. He will make mistakes.
Yeah.
But if you can cut him some slack and understand that you yourself are not all that,
Yeah.
and you're not perfect. If you can cut him some slack, you give your marriages a better chance of working than women come across like they are the perfect one, and the men and it's not the truth. You know. So.
And in
that's-
fairness to what Taiwo said, I've always said to Taiwo that she's the best Christian I know. I've always said that, you know.
And I always say no.
And, but I tell you what, I'm in Nairobi every week.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to go work in Mombasa, and you know, but you know what? I must always come back home. I'm not that guy that's looking forward to let me get away. No. Kenya Airways have this beautiful flight at 11:45 p.m. So that means
Yes.
I can leave here at 5. They have a 5:45 one. I can leave here at 5:45. I can do meetings. I can go for a dinner in Nairobi and get out of the dinner at 10 p.m.
11:45.
I'm back. Because there is nowhere like home. And she made it so. Cry.
Does he tell you those things? Does he? Does he tell you? Huh? Ama nikuache. Niachane na wewe kabisa. Quick fire. You guys ready?
All right.
I have 6 questions for you. So you will answer for him, he'll answer for you. Ready? What word best describes this marriage?
Settled, peace,
Happy.
home.
Good. I like that. The other question. What is Taiwo's most annoying habit? You'll tell me his. I'll give you time to think.
I'll tell you. Oh, okay.
Go first, if you're ready.
you go first.
If you're ready.
What is Wale's most annoying habit? Let me hear.
I'm spoiled for choice. His most annoying habit is actually his most annoying habit is that if he needs something, and he knows that someone else might need that thing, he puts himself. He says, no, it's okay. I don't need that. That breaks my heart because I'm like, don't do that. You know, if he's tired and something needs to be done, he's like, no, it's okay. I don't like that. I don't like that. The other thing he does that I don't like is that he eats too much chocolate, and he builds a case for it.
It's healthy.
Okay.
It's cocoa.
Go to the next thing.
Okay.
I can tell you what he would say.
Oh, what did I say?
White tissue in my hand.
No, thank you for reminding me.
What do you do?
My wife has a tissue fetish.
I don't have
She's
it
always,
today.
Yeah, it's a miracle. She always has white tissue in her hand. I don't know.
Why?
I
Because
don't know.
I can't stand my face sweating.
So she always has
So
tissue
I'm always,
in her. Who does that?
But we're outside, so I don't need it.
So that's one. But another.
there's another one.
Oh, yes. My wife is a micromanager.
Aha.
And I'll tell you why. My wife wants to stay in the kitchen, cooking, blah, blah, blah. And I told her, I said, I'm not one of those fussy guys. We can buy food. I'm not a fussy guy. She stay in the kitchen. So what did Wale do? Wale got her a chef. And then she still stays in the kitchen and tells the chef what to do. So what did Wale do? Got her a second chef.
This story is not being told accurately.
Okay.
So guess what? So I now told her, I said, Taiwo, I don't need you in the kitchen all the time.
Okay.
I don't need you to know the chefs are professionals. I don't need you to tell them, do this. No, let them surprise you. We don't want to be limited to what you know. Let them surprise you. So finally, I've been testing her. She was complaining yesterday. I said, what are we having for lunch? She said, I don't know.
Good stuff.
It's an annoying question. Because first of all, you have told me. You've already told me that I should not know the answer to that question.
Yes.
Then you ask me all the time.
What are
What's-
we having? Okay. Now we know. I think we know what your guilty pleasure is, but is it chocolate?
You mean mine?
No, his guilty pleasure.
Is that chocolate and ice cream?
Chocolate.
The good, even the Bible says, taste and see. The Lord is good. So he will satisfy your mouth with good
I'm sure that our
things.
children, if they were to talk, would say ice creams are my thing as well.
Yeah.
I
Let me
would
tell you
say
what my
no.
wife does.
Okay.
My wife will say, oh, you're taking too much ice cream. Guess what? She will take home. And then when she takes, say, oh, it's been a while since I took ice cream. It's a lie. It was yesterday.
That's
It was
not true.
yesterday. She reminds me of, I watched an interview, Snoop Dogg,
Yes.
with the late Larry King. And Larry King asked her, said, how often do you smoke weed? He said, once in a blue moon.
Oh.
And then Larry King said, and how often is the blue moon? He said, every day.
Is that you and
That
ice cream?
is my wife and ice cream.
It's not every day.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
Close to
every day when it shows up.
Which is every day.
Which is
Not every day. It's not every day.
Yeah.
It's not every day.
Let's talk phobias.
phobia.
Phobia, yeah. Something that you know he's super scared of and you know she's super scared of.
I know what I'm super scared of.
What are you super scared of?
Irrelevance. That the world will wake up one morning and they've moved on without me is a lie. That's why when you see me reading like a madman and no, I refuse to be
Irrelevant.
present and my presence is not making a difference. It's a lie.
Okay, Taiwo.
I'm thinking, when you said phobias, the only thing I can think of, I don't like snakes.
That's, yeah, okay.
That's
Who's the biggest bully? That's a question here, but clearly.
Did you see that just now?
No, you did it fast.
No. I said G and this
for the bullying part. Everyone says I'm a bully. I think.
Yes, I agree. Call my children
I think-
on phone, ask them.
I
My
think
wife is the bully.
I think it's a great compliment.
Okay.
I don't feel bad. I don't feel like I always feel I've been complimented when I'm told I'm a bully. I'm sorry. That's just the way I.
There is something fundamentally wrong with that philosophy and theology.
I just feel so. It's like I've been paid the ultimate compliment. I'm sorry. That's just how I hear it.
Okay. Oh my God. Final question. Craziest thing you've done for love? While dating, in marriage, and that is the final question. Done for love.
Getting two chefs is not crazy. I don't know what crazy is.
Craziest thing I've done for love.
Yeah.
I think
Marrying him in the first place.
I think in our marriage has taken us to how many continents?
A number.
Yeah, I think the craziest thing I've done is I've gone with him everywhere. I've gone with him everywhere.
You're a good girl.
So-
Come. You're a good girl. That's my baby girl.
Yeah.
It's not the drive for you, Wale. The drive to church.
No, let me tell you. The craziest thing I've done for love. Taiwo was living in Ibadan. I was living in Lagos. And we would drive, that's like Nairobi, Nakuru. And we will drive, my best man and I, he's in Australia now. We would drive, imagine leaving Nairobi to go to Nakuru to pick her up for a church service that starts at 7 a.m. in a church that is 5 minutes from her house.
But she won't go by herself.
Is that crazy?
I would have gone by myself.
She would have gone, but I had to.
You see, this is a season where I did not know that this was the guy.
Have you remember that song, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? I was a mumu.
At that time, I was not aware that this was the guy.
If love does not turn you into him, if what you think you have.
So every time I saw him at 7 in the morning, I was like, oh God, he's here again.
Imagine.
Because...
And I've done all that, and she just looked me, you know that song, you looked me up and down and said, yeah, you know?
Yeah.
And he would be there at 7 in the morning. I didn't care that he had left Lagos
Do you know
at
what time I
5.
had to wake up?
I'll be like, gosh.
He's here again.
Well, that's why God had to compensate me. Our 3 children look like me. None of them look like her.
Taiwo.
And we're done. Thank you very much.
Told you I'll embarrass you at some point. I started off soft, but then I knew where to get you.
that's not embarrassing.
Kuna.
Oh, see my sugar, my chocomilo. Yeah, come. Chocomilo.
Oh gosh, go.
That's my chocomilo for 30 years.
Is that your pet name? Is that the name?
No, I don't. Let me tell you about. I'm going to say it's about PDA. So we had our friends. Our pastor turned 60. We had our friends come over from the UK, and so we had this point where my husband was bragging and telling them. One of our friends, the couple, all of us have been friends for over 36 years, and most of us have been married for at least 24 years.
Okay.
So we're all together. This was 2 weeks ago, and so someone brought up the thing of, all right, each one of you kiss each other. So each of the couples. So my husband was telling them I was on the phone and got taking a call. I was saying, you guys don't know how to do it. When Taiwo comes, she will show you. When I came,
I'm talking about one of the most annoying days of my life.
so when I came,
This is one
I
of
did
them.
what the other ladies had done because I was like, no, why in public? So
Imagine.
I said that to say that I'm not very good with PDA.
30 years later, you're still getting.
So it was like, how could you do that to me? I'd been bragging that when my wife comes out, you will see. that we don't care, we kiss, but yes, when we're at home.
You just did that for my YouTube channel. I'm very happy.
No worry.
Thank you.
You want us to do again?
Yes.
Okay. You want us to do again?
Chocomilo. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. You've been amazing. Can we go eat now?
Yes.
Oh, mana pesa. Amen.
Asanteni pia. Tunashukuru. Thank you.